This week we have two Parshas, Matos-Massei, and in it we learn that the wars are almost over and there's two tribes, Reuven and Gad, who want something. So they go to Moshe. They asked him, they said, we have so many sheep and cattle and animals, and right outside of Israel we saw a nice spot to live so that they can have a lot of grass. And we want to live there. Is that okay? They also knew Moshe was not going to come into the land of Israel, and they wanted to live near the place where he would be buried. And at first Moshe was not so happy. He said, how are you going to go live outside of Israel safe while your brothers in Israel are still fighting for the land and not yet settled? And they told him, don't worry, even though we'll have our land, we won't settle down and live there until we finish helping our brothers, the Jews, finish conquering the land of Israel. That's a really special lesson. We learn such Avos Yisrael, such love for every Jew. Even though they were allowed to go live outside, safe and quiet, they said, of course, we're going to come and help our brothers finish fighting until they settle down. That's when we'll go and live peacefully. That's really special. Let's go to Colorful Cook's Kitchen to make something connected to this message. Welcome to Colorful Cook's Kitchen. Today we are going to be making a sheep cupcake. We are making this because in this week's Parsha, the Shvatim, the tribes of Reuven and Gad, wanted to live outside the land of Eretz Israel, because it was good for their sheep, because it had good grass there. And they told Moshe, don't worry, we're going to first help the Jews to finish conquering the land of Israel, and we're going to wait for them to settle down, and then we'll go and settle down. So we are going to be making a sheep to show this. The ingredients you're going to need for this is a cupcake, mini marshmallows, chocolate frosting, 2 chocolate chips, and a toothpick we're going to use to help us out. Let's get started. We're going to start off by spreading our frosting on our cupcake. Make sure to leave some leftovers because we're going to use it later on too. Next, we're going to place all of our marshmallows around the cupcake to be like the sheep's wool. The next step's gonna be to give our sheep some eyes. So we're gonna just grab 2 mini marshmallows, stick them with some frosting onto a mini marshmallow. I'm gonna do that for 2 of them. And then we're gonna use frosting to stick these 2 eyes on top of our other marshmallows that are the fur. And our next step is going to be to use our toothpick, and we're going to make horns with our chocolate frosting. I'm going to just take a glob, and we're going to stick it on like that. 1, and we got 2. Red licorice, and stick some frosting on and put it on like our mouth. And here we have our very own sheep cupcake. You can eat it. Don't forget to make a bracha mezonos on your cupcake. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei mezonos. They're delicious. And I hope you don't forget why we made this cupcake. And let's head back to the studio. Welcome back to the studio. I hope you enjoy making that colorful cup, and I hope you remember how it connects to this week's Parsha. And now for the Torah message of the week. Whew. We are up to week number 7. Last week we learned that just like a king, Hashem, our king, is with us the whole entire day, and he's watching everything we do. And this week we're going to learn something new. It says, Bereshis bara Elohim es hashamayim ve'es haaretz. This means, in the beginning, Hashem created the heavens and the earth. Now, this is the first thing the Torah tells us, that Hashem created the world. So, Hashem's controlling everything, and he's taking care of his world. So if we're ever scared or if we're nervous, we shouldn't be afraid because we know Hashem created the world and he's taking care of everything that's going on in this world. And now for the question of the week. Why did the tribes of Reuven and Gad want to live in the land right outside of Israel? I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to fill out the question, and I can't wait to see you next week.